Every conflict between humans, whether it be interpersonal or war, every struggle between humans, it all comes down to shame. Or rather, a lack of shame, because the shame has become so toxic, so big, that it has to be suppressed. And when you suppress it, you project it. You remove it from yourself and you put it into the world. You see that other people are below you and you are above them. You're worth more than them. And they are the cause of the problem. They are the cause of your pain, and they deserve to be harmed, and you don't have any shame towards the fact that you're doing bad things to other people. And here shame and guilt ties together, because when you don't have any sense of shame, then you also don't have any guilt. And then there's people who have so much shame about themselves that they turn it inwards instead. The shame is not just a human emotion, it has become so big that it takes up their entire life. They think about it all the time in every situation. It's not just something that comes up in a specific situation. It's always there. It's their self-image. It's become their identity, that they think they're not good enough and that they are below others and others are superior to them. Others are above them. And it plays well together to have these two polar opposites of one person who is shaming others and one person who is shaming themselves. But it also keeps the world imbalanced. And I think it's also why we see, every time we see someone who has harmed someone, every time we see this lack of shame, we ourselves tend to shame that person to try and create balance. Just as we've seen in the past, where there's been like public shaming, like physical public shaming. Now we just see it maybe online, but also maybe in real life sometimes. We try to shame the people who don't show shame in order to try and create some sort of balance or put the shame back on them. They're never gonna wake up to the fact that they're shameless and that they do harmful things and that they don't have that shame, so they don't feel bad about themselves. They feel bad about other people. Other people are the problem. Other people are to be put down. Other people are below them. They are above. And so they will never reach that point where they realize that they have actually been doing harmful things. Maybe some people will, but it's a small percentage when you look at how many people who never actually own up to it. That's also why you see if someone is being punished for something that they did, if they hurt someone, killed someone, and they sit in court, you will see oftentimes that they pretend to feel shame. They pretend to cry. They pretend to feel bad. But they don't actually feel it. So shame is a human emotion. It's something that reminds us that we are human. We're in this together. That we believe that we are equals. We don't think that we're above others. Shame keeps us small, because to be human is not to be God. So when you lack shame, you almost think that you are godlike. It's also why we see it in narcissists. They think that they are almost like equal with God, like they're above humans. So shame just reminds us that we're human. Healthy shame just reminds us that we're human. We're in this together. So if you accidentally take someone else's spot in a queue, for instance, and you realize that you walked and took their spot when they were actually in front of you, shame is, shame comes up. You might blush, you might apologize, you might curl inwards. Your body language shows that you're small. Like I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to walk ahead of you. I'm not better than you. I didn't do that because I was better than you. It was an accident. Whereas when you lack shame and you do something like that, you would probably maybe just express pride. You would lower your shoulders and be like, I deserve to be here. I deserve to be above you. I deserve to be in front of you in the queue. I am better than you. And shame and guilt is very similar. Shame is I don't feel good enough. Guilt is I did something wrong. So they're very similar, and they can be, they can show up in similar situations or at the same time in a specific situation. When you lack shame, you also lack guilt. And these people who are shameless because they have suppressed their shame so much, they project the shame into the world and fragment it from themselves, split it from themselves, and place it outside of them. And then they shame it, then they attack it, then they fight it. They fight those people that they don't agree with. They fight the people that have different beliefs than them. They fight the people who they think are below them. Because in reality, it's just a fragment of themselves. And it's completely similar with someone who shames themselves. It is just outwards instead of inwards. But these people who are shameless, they'll never own up to it. They will never become aware of it. They'll never suddenly start to realize, wow, I've actually been shameless. I've actually done and said bad things. I've harmed other people, and I'm so sorry. I feel so bad, and actually own up to it. They'll just continue to do it because the shame is now outside of them. It is not a part of them anymore. And so there's no need to become aware of it because it's not a part of them. So they can continue to create fights and wars and harm other people for all eternity. And when you start to realize it and you start to look around, you see that it's everywhere.